YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction video. We're back. It took me way too long, honestly. You know, sometimes I just got swept up in the rotation of artists, trying to bring new stuff to the channel and rotate the channel, you know, the artists that people want to see. I did roundabout, yes, a few months ago now, a little while ago, and basically ever since I did that, I've been getting suggested Yetiness since then, more specifically Firth of Fifth. So we're doing that today. Yeah, plenty of other roundabout songs have been suggested, and I want to do some of those at some point as well. And plenty of Yetiness has been suggested, but this one, as far as prog goes, this one I think has come up the most, and it seems like from getting the page loaded, this is apparently described as basically one of the best examples of prog rock going. I'm excited to check it out. If you haven't seen my other the roundabout video, if you didn't see me react to that, then I'll leave it thinking, go watch it. But I did say that I'm brand new to prog. I don't know anything about prog. I've heard one song by the Google definition. I quickly looked up, so a bit of a taste. It's a style of rock music popular especially in the 1970s and characterized by classical influences, the use of keyboard instruments and lengthy compositions. I listen to a fair bit of classical music. I play the piano, so you know that is always appreciated in the music when we do that on the channel. That said, Yetiness, Firth of Fifth. For copyright purposes, I do have to pause in places just to keep it transformative, which I know is a pain in the ass. I don't like it either, but it's just what I've got to do. We're going to listen to it. Just bear in mind, I am brand new to prog rock. I have not yet become acclimated to the sound and feel and subgenre that is prog rock. So just go easy on me, is what I'm saying. Firth of Fifth, I'm excited. Let's check out Yetiness, new band. Let's kick it. Hey. There we go. I really like the artwork for this one, actually. I saw this before, but I like it. It's very pleasant so far. A nice listen.
The path is clear, though no eyes can see. The course laid down long before. And so with gods and men, the sheep remain.
Bass is quite prominent in this, I like that.
Though many times they've seen the way to leave. He rides majestic past homes of men who care not or gaze with joy to see reflected there the trees, the sky, the lily fair. The scene of death is lying just below. The mountain cuts off the town from view like a cancer growth is removed by skill. Let it be revealed. A waterfall is madrigal, an inland sea is symphony.
It's quite an easy listen, I feel.
Na, 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 na. Undying old songs urge the sailors on till lured by the side.
go. Dude, what an instrument the piano is. I'm waiting to pause it. I'm just waiting for the right minute. We'll give it a pause there as it's coming down, because I need to pause it somewhere. It's copyright. Oh, it's very warm. I can see. It's such an interesting genre to me, because I can imagine this being almost like played like by an orchestra with a composer. But then I think that's what's impressive about prog rock, is when you consider the fact that this is actually just it's a band. It's a rock band, right? And I don't know how much they do themselves, how much they get help with outside the band with certain instruments. But I like just all the different elements of it that come together. It's got those like rocky elements, being a rock band and having those rock band elements, but then having use of other instrumentation and instruments that you wouldn't necessarily hear in a lot of regular rock, and throwing that in there and making that sort of classical influence. And obviously I can very much hear the influence in terms of the composition of the song and the way it progresses and stuff. Obviously that is very prevalent in a lot of classical music, the way they move from one, I don't know the verbiage, but sort of one section of a song to another that can be completely different. But that's just the way that the song progresses. It goes on. The piece progresses a lot of the time with classical music. Obviously, this has lyrics, but I love the instrumentation. I love the piano. I've said before, I'm a big piano guy. Yeah, it's one of those where it's quite a pleasant listen. Like you could put it on and just vibe out to it, jam out to it, relax to it. But at the same time, if you really wanted to, you could sit there and appreciate the instrumentation of it and all the many different layers and how it's been put together and to create the sound that it's created. And that's one of those things, if you want to zone out to it, they've created a sound that will allow you to do that and just enjoy the music, but that at the same time, they have created that sound so delicately with all the layers and how they've put it together. I think it's very excellently written, performed, mixed. And then what was interesting about that bit a second ago, or the bit we're kind of still on, it almost is a little bit ahead of its time, because I almost got reminded of almost like synths, like a synthy sound, which obviously mostly came into prevalence starting in like the 80s for the most part, like mainstream for it to be a big thing, but that had that sort of sound there, which is interesting because it's it's prog rock, it's the 70s. Well, actually, when did this come out specifically? I assume, 1973. There you go. So it's prog rock, and it's like got elements of its time with like the cypher rock and stuff. It has elements of classical music in it, and that's what's pushing it, and that's what it's based around, all these different instruments and the composition of it. But it has elements of like that almost sounded synthy, which wasn't even a big thing until 10 years from now. So it's in its moment, it's drawing elements from the past and making it relevant in modern music, or what was modern for at the time, or I guess still is modern in the context of classical music, but it's also ahead of its time all at the same time. I think that's incredible. Here we go. See, this is a modern element. Dude, I like this.
As the river dissolves in sea, so Neptune has claimed another soul. And so with gods and men, the sheep remain inside their pen until the shepherd leads his flock away. The sands of time were eroded by the river of constant change.
Oh, he finishes it where he starts. Just beautiful, dude. Apparently Tony Banks did the piano. Just what the top comment says. Ooh. Very nice. Yeah, that was lovely. That was a very nice song, right? I very much enjoyed that. It's just interesting, right? It's just an interesting subgenre, so to speak, and just the way that they take all these elements from different periods, as I said in the pause before, and then put them together and make it work, and not in a way that's like abrasive or anything. Like it feels natural. It is what it is, you know. And I feel like everyone involved with that is a very talented musician. And I'd be curious to check out how much of the involvement with a song like that is concrete, static members of the band, and how much is people brought in. And I'll research that off camera. I don't need to sit here and Google that now because it doesn't really have much of the video. But it's interesting. And the Firth of Fifth, I have no idea what that means. Genius is saying it's a pun on the estuary of the River Forth in Scotland, commonly known as the Firth of Forth. See, I would not know that. I would never know that. Why would I wouldn't know that. And I don't know how much of this, people can let me know in the comments how much of this is, because I got a lot of comments on the roundabout reaction saying that yes, a lot of their music, the lyrics are, not that they're not important, but they're almost like another instrument, like they're written to go with the music rather than be delved into too deep or analysed or anything. They're kind of just part of the whole thing, and they're not necessarily too seriously written to be analysed. They're more just a part of the composition of the song and stuff. So I don't know if Genesis are similar, if that's kind of a prog rock thing, or if that's a Yes thing. I'm not 100% sure. Although I did also get many comments talking about what the song was about and what the lyrics were about and different things I got right and wrong. So you could obviously do either. You could look at it either way that you wanted to. But I feel like for this one, this is another one of those I don't necessarily just want to sit here and read through the entire, all the lyrics for no point. When I've just enjoyed the music, what it was, and the atmosphere. And we talk about this a lot. Music, you can do what you want with it. Enjoy it how you interpret it, how you want to interpret it, or enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. And musically, I think that was incredible, and I enjoyed it. For sure. I'm losing my voice because I've recorded a few of these. It's been like 3 weeks since I've recorded more than one in a row. And I also recorded some main channel stuff before this, so I've been talking for hours. It's just impressive, What else do you want me to add, It's one of those things. Is there any point in me keeping rambling? Probably not. I'm scanning the lyrics, but I don't want to sit here and make it all boring and put the glasses on and get analytical, when I can just enjoy it for what it is, and for what I enjoyed out of it from listening to it, and that's what this first time reaction is. That said, yeah, let me know. I need to start recording because I can feel my voice going. Let me know what I should do next. Not just Genesis wise, but obviously if you want to suggest some more Genesis songs, I'm very much open to it. But let me know what you want me to do. Prog rock guys as well. Like I said, I've had some other suggestions for other Yes songs, and I'll definitely get those up. But let me know what you want to see. I have a spreadsheet, so anytime anyone suggests, it all contributes to the spreadsheet. Even if it's been suggested before, it adds to how many times it's been requested. So yeah, just let me know what you want me to do. That said, sorry it took so long to get around to doing more prog rock, but there's so much that I've got to do and rotate and blah blah blah. It is what it is. Thank you though for watching. I appreciate everyone. I'll see everyone. I don't know what I'm doing in the next video. Peace out.